Hey guys, it's Carrie and I'm back in here for another Wellness Wednesday. I hope you're having a great Wednesday so far, and I am excited to talk about a topic that I don't talk about a whole lot, but I do feel that it's important to know that there is this option. So on social media, on my website, on my YouTube channel, there is so much information. And I get that. Like, there's so much information out there from a lot of different sources. And you can do so much with free information, to be honest. I just know several people that have told me, like, thank you for all the information that you put out there, because I've taken steps, in this direction, and I've seen this result. And so that's exactly why I still put out a lot of free content. However, sometimes you come to a place where A, you're either really overwhelmed by all that, B, maybe you've taken action on a lot of that and are still having some issues. So this is really where I feel that working with someone a little bit closer so that they can dig in a little bit deeper to what's going on in these symptoms that you're having and your health could be really beneficial. And so I wanted to take a few minutes today to talk a little bit about ways that we can work together, that you and I could work together. And I want to preface this by saying I know that the way that I approach health and different symptoms that you're having is not for everybody. So that's why I want to kind of give you a little bit of a sneak peek and kind of make sure that you're clear on ways that that we can work together and how I kind of approach. If you're telling me you have X, Y, and Z symptoms, this is how I'm going to approach it. So let's dig into that a little bit. This has changed over the years, to be honest, because the more that I work with clients, the more I realize, okay, this works better than this, and I see this as a need. And so it has changed over the years, but if you might see other people's offers that don't change, that's okay. But as I continue to work with clients, as other people continue to work with clients, I'm sure they realize this works better than that. And so that's why sometimes these things do change, but it's all for the better. So I currently have where I can work with clients one-on-one or in a group setting. Today, I'm just going to concentrate on how I work with people one-on-one. I run a group program about 3 times a year that is coming up in the fall again, but you'll hear more about that. I have different videos on that and kind of outlined on the website. But today I want to talk about the different one-on-one options. So, and one of them is new, actually. So in really any time I work with someone, I take more of a case study approach, because I don't necessarily, I would say, like, focus on or specialize in gut health or hormone health or thyroid health. That's just not something I've ever felt pulled to. I've always just felt really pulled to focus on overall health. And I've been told by several people, you need to pick a niche. Like, you need to pick one of these areas. And I just never felt called to do that, because I rely on the Lord's guidance so much in how I work with clients. When I'm working with people one-on-one, I just pray all the time, like, Lord, lead me to what you want me to do for this specific person and in the ways that you want me to work with people in general. And I just never felt called to that. And now I understand why, because the thing is, if someone is coming to me with stomach issues, if they're coming to me with a lot of fatigue, or if they're coming to me and they say these seem like hormonal type symptoms, well, really what's going on beneath the surface, if you keep digging, kind of keep pulling back the pieces of the onion, so to speak, it's really all the same, if you will. I say all the same because different root causes can lead to a lot of different symptoms depending on depending on the individual. And so to me, I just always like to look at things in a more of a comprehensive way. If you come to me and have more hormonal type symptoms, I'm not only going to test your hormones, I'm going to want to look at everything. And just to see what is going on at a foundational level that's off, that's making you have these certain types of symptoms. And so that to say, I work with a wide variety of people. Some have a few issues, some have a lot of issues. And so that's why you won't see me post, I only work with this type of person, because I really want to work with those that want to work with me and try to figure out what's going to work best as far as where they're at in their journey. That's really important to me. So that's kind of my approach. It is more of a case study type of approach. I get blood work, I get a hair test on everybody that I work with, and then I look at a in-depth intake form of signs and symptoms, and I kind of put the pieces together. That's why I call it more of a case study approach. Now, what I've realized is sometimes people come to me at different levels in their health, at different chapters in their health. And so if somebody's coming to me at more of an early chapter in their health, they haven't really spent that much time maybe changing some of their habits, changing their diet, different things like that, they're going to get really overwhelmed if we look at everything that's going on in their health. They try to just change everything at once. I have realized that it makes people kind of just freeze, to be honest. And so I really take that into consideration, and that's actually why I have now I have two options and ways that you can work with me one-on-one. So I'm going to talk about maybe the differences between those two, and one of these is a newer offering. So previously, I only had one way to work with me one-on-one, and it was more of a comprehensive deep dive into like all parts of your health. I got a very long list of labs, blood work drawn so I could look at everything. I got the hair test, of course, and then that same intake form that's really in depth. And so I'm looking for, infections that are going on. I'm looking for obviously minerals that are out of balance. I'm looking at liver function and at kidney function, like everything, so that I can say, okay, these are the underlying things that I see that are causing X, Y, and Z symptom, and here's the plan that I feel like would get you back to where you want to go. So that is more of a comprehensive view, and a comprehensive way of this is everything I see, and this is sort of a roadmap to get back to where you want to go. And again, as I mentioned, sometimes that's really overwhelming for people if they're more so just starting off, or if they get overwhelmed easily. Different people have different personalities. And so also what I have learned is that if we don't spend enough time balancing their minerals and really making some of these changes so that their body's used to it, their body's a little bit stronger going into more, if they need to detox from these certain, if they have a lot of underlying infections, that's going to take a detox period. They don't do very well with that detox period if they haven't spent enough time correcting some of these things. And to be honest, that's different for everybody, but that could take a while, especially if this is all new and you're trying to just change over from eating more processed foods to more real foods. That's a transition in itself. And so you can see how this would be really overwhelming for someone. And so, and it's a big part of somebody's journey. And so that's exactly why I have made more of a basic option for looking at, where people are with more of their mineral status, because that's going to help me to see, okay, we have these deficiencies, we need to change the diet in this way, maybe add in a supplement or two. And that's really going to help your body be much more responsive whenever you do. And if you do, everybody doesn't, but most people need to go through some type of detox period, get their body where it can detox as it's supposed to be able to, with very little problems through that process. And so some people really just want to start there, and that's exactly why I made this basic option for more of a case study on just your mineral status. Okay, so how is that different than the comprehensive? Obviously, we're not going to look at everything that can be going on. We're just going to focus in on your mineral status. And so we're still going to get a hair test just like we do in the comprehensive version, but we're only going to get about 8 or 9 lab markers. And that's going to really help me to be able to see, okay, this is what the hair test is telling me, which doesn't tell the whole story. And this is what the blood work is telling me, because there's just different nuances with both. The hair is great, but doesn't tell everything. And the blood is great, but it doesn't tell everything. So I like to get both of those. And it really gives me a good picture of what's going on, what's missing that's causing this to be off balance, etc. So, and believe me, with the basic option, there's plenty to work on with just that. And so that's exactly why I made this option. Obviously, it's a little less expensive, and it's something that you will really get, you'll get a roadmap still, but it's going to be a lot more focused on mineral balance, and it's going to be a lot shorter of a time period more so, and a lot more doable for, if you really feel like you get overwhelmed, you're kind of all over the place, this will be a really good option and place for you to start. And if you did obviously want to go on and look at more of a comprehensive view, you can do that with me as well, and there are different options for that. So that's sort of my newer option way to work with me, and I'm really, really excited about it. I have just seen how important your minerals are, and in in your symptoms that are presenting, yes, but also in this whole journey back to health, if you do have to go through that detox period, how much better the outcome is, how much more productive that detox period is, the success of it, but also the experience that you have. Because sometimes it's a little rocky, and it kind of all goes back to what's out of place with that mineral balance and how much of a big deal that is. Because if your body can't detox very well because some of these things are missing, then that process is going to be a lot harder on your body, and you're probably going to have more negative experiences than not. So that is something that I'm really excited to work with people about. So let's talk about pricing, and let's talk about the what happens after. That's really a big deal that sometimes people don't think about. So let's talk about pricing. So with the basic option, it's still that case study approach. The hair test is included in this price. The 30-minute consultation so we can go over everything is included in this price. The blood work analysis is included, but the panel is not. The cost of that is $327, and the panel usually runs about $90 to $100. And you possibly could get that from your doctor's office, but a lot of times they don't run these specialty markers, and so I can order that for you, and you would take it to a LabCorp facility, and that's kind of how we would work that out. Really easy process. And so once we have our meeting and go over everything, you'll get a PDF with all of this laid out for you. If you have any questions, you can chat me back and forth on this secure website that I use. It also has an app that you can access as well. And you can totally run with it. If you have questions, you can always message me. That's completely free. If you need to schedule a phone call, there's options for that. There's a one-time option that you can just purchase one call at a time, or you can bundle them together in a bundle of 3 and save some money that way. But that's completely optional. So you're going to continue to have support from me via chat at any rate completely for free, and then you can schedule those calls if you want to. And so that's the basic option. And then the comprehensive option, where we look at everything, it's a serious deep dive. That's a 60-minute consult. Again, the hair test is included. My analysis of that hair test is included as well. The blood work analysis by me is included, but the panel is not. This is a much more in-depth panel, and that panel runs about $200. And again, you could try to get it from your doctor's office if it's covered on insurance, but if it's not, I can order it for you. You could take it to a LabCorp facility and such like that. So the after care that you would get from me is exactly the same. You can chat me back and forth. You'll get this whole document with everything laid out. I'll give you access to purchase different things when needed. And I really like that I continue to be on this journey with you, but it's up to you how much support you need, because everybody's different. And so that's something that I've really had to work on over the years that I've been doing this, and I really feel great about how I've offered that now, because it seems to really be working well. So that is a little bit about ways that you can work with me. I tried to keep this fairly short, but I wanted to give a really good overview, and so that you know what to expect. But if you have any questions at all, please feel free to message me. I'm always open. I'm kind of an open book, so you can just message me on Facebook or Instagram, or email me, or whatever might work best for you. But I really love what I do, and I pray every day that the Lord would connect me with the people that He wants me to work with. And if you feel like this might be a good fit, ask as many questions as you want, because I really want to make sure that this is what you're looking for, because there's so many different ways that other practitioners work with people, and I want to make sure that it's the best fit for you. So that's why I wanted to do this video. It'll live on my feed, and I'll also put it in my highlight bubble, ways to work with me, so you can go back and look at it anytime you want to. But this is all on my website as well, and that's actually how you purchase packages and things like that. So you can always go to my website, carriecoody.com/work-with-me, and all of these options are right there for you to look at and kind of learn more about. And if you're a visual person, you can see them as well. So, all right, guys. Well, I know this was not a question and answer Wellness Wednesday, but I always enjoy being with you. Hope you're having a great week, and I'll see you next week.